Hello, friends. Welcome back to Manifest with Armine. My name is Armine, and I am a law of attraction consultant. I guess if that's what you want to call me. But thank you for joining me. I miss you guys. I miss your comments. I miss your interactions off of YouTube. I've been kind of like sporadic and like there's so many times I want to post stuff, but I don't. But I'm still working with clients and with myself. I think that's so it's such a blessing that I'm not one of those coaches that likes to kind of like sit here and like preach to the people below me, because that's not what it is. If I wasn't knee deep in this stuff, then I wouldn't be able to have really any insight for you guys, because I can't just sit here and say, oh, Neville said this or Abraham said this, and then you're supposed to get it, and I just get it in a different way. I get it in a different way. I think I do have I've been given the grace of kind of like getting it in a way that I can help certain people with it, but mostly like I'm able to see it from the perspective of someone who does see both sides. I see the struggle because I've been through it, and I still go through it. Everyone does. That's kind of the point. If you didn't, then you wouldn't be human. So, yeah. And I'm thankful. I'm really thankful that I do this, that this is my, my work, and, it's good for me, and I'm glad that I'm able to share it in a way that helps, some of you guys too. So I wanted to bring up the whole everyone is you pushed out thing. These topics don't change. But when you're in it, when you're in a situation and, you hear Neville saying, oh, everyone's you pushed out, when you're really upset at someone or a situation and you're caught up in a circumstance where it really feels like you have so much anger and resentment towards someone or a group of people or something, you're not wanting to see how that's even possible, that everyone is you pushed out, because like you feel in such a victim state. You feel in such a you feel unfairness, and you feel like I meant well, I mean well, and these people are not right, or these people are not reflecting my self-worth, let's say, if that's kind of terminology you're into. But the truth is that everyone is feedback, and that is such a gift that before you realize that, you either hate to hear it or you just hear it and think, oh, that's good. But when you really, really get your hands dirty and you're in a situation where you kind of have to face that, then when you do, it alters everything. It alters everything. Well, first of all, it requires a change of perspective, because you realize that nothing is happening to you from the outside. You're having the experience of it happening to you from the outside, and that's only because the outside is a reflection of what you're doing inside. Nothing originates from the outside. Primal cause is not out there. It's not like these physical people and things happening around us. It's coming from our state, from our mental, emotional state. And sometimes a lot of people, including me sometimes, don't want to see it as that, because you think, oh no, but I've been working on myself, or I've been working on this. I get this, But, as much as you get it, life is constantly evolving. It's constantly expanding. There's always something that's going to be providing some kind of contrast for you, and it's really up to us what we do with that, whether we become obsessed with being stuck in the contrast meaning things that are not so much what we like, things that are showing us what we don't like, which would give us the opportunity to see what we really want. But when we take too long to shift that, to use that to shift perspective to what we want, then you get stuck in the I don't like this state. And the longer you stay in the I don't like this state, the longer you're going to be creating those circumstances that you don't like. And this is really a tough one in that moment, because the more you stay in that state, the more you get stuck in it, the stickier it gets. And just feels like quicksand, pulling you in. And it feels like you don't have control. It feels like there's so much momentum in that direction, and so much reasoning that's happened into that point, that you've convinced yourself that what's happening is unjust, what's happening is unfair, that you are a victim to something, and the truth is that nothing happens, aside from our assumptions and our expectations and our what are entertaining in our inner conversations and in our mental diets. So I'm here to be an annoying reminder that it is within you. It is within you. Like, if anyone is hurting you, from the outside, it really does not have much at all to do with that person. They happen to be the most convenient vessel, let's say, to bring you the reflection of what you're actually matching. And we pick our states, and it can feel like we don't, because once we've lived in a state for so long, once something's become your dwelling state, sort of, like Neville says, then it's kind of, it gives a feeling that's impossible to pull yourself out of it. But that's not how it is. That's not how it is. And that's why Abraham says the best place to basically solve a problem is before you get into it. The best place to change a belief is before you go so far into believing that for too long. Because the longer you tell yourself something, the harder it's going to be to get back from it. But you got to see it as steps. You take baby steps, and those baby steps do lead to where you want. You just got to head in the right direction and not keep going further and further into the direction that is not what you want. So I'm babbling, but this is important. Like, this is really important. And if I didn't know this, and I didn't have like experiences like you guys have, where I feel terrible and then feel good and then feel bad and feel good and then feel all different kinds of things on that scale, then I wouldn't have any right to come speak to you, to be even sharing this, because nobody can help you see something that you're not ready to see. It doesn't matter, like, if you watch people on YouTube, right? You're watching this, I'm sure you watch other people. If any of those people is presenting themselves like they are always, in the preferred state, and they're manifesting only what they want, that's not real. None of that is real. And I'm not saying that we should be sharing like all our struggles, because that doesn't deserve focus, right? If that's not what you want more of. But to think that someone speaking about this on a platform is more capable than you are of reaching the states and the manifestations that you want, then you're not seeing it for what it is. All of us are going through cycles of, like Abraham says, step 1, step 2, step 3, and then step 4 or 5 if you want to take it there. But it's like, you're always going to have a step 1, step 2, step 3. No, there is no master that does not dip into step 1 of like seeing the contrast and thinking, I don't want this, no. No. So just don't like be upset when you're in those places where you're having a hard time, because having a hard time doesn't mean you have to stay there. And just because it feels difficult to reach out of that space doesn't mean that it can't be done, and it can be done with so much more ease than you're allowing yourself to think of it. And that's part of the difficulty. What causes the difficulty is that you're seeing it as, this feels so bad, it can't be easy to get out of it. But it's baby steps. You know, the most unsurmountable things are accomplished with just like look in the right direction and take one step, you know? So that's what I have for today. I'm going to try to make a couple other videos right now. We'll see what the topics are going to be, but like really everyone, like if someone is making you upset, it's not about that person, and that's a really good opportunity to have the insight within yourself in that moment, like, because it's such a gift, you know, instead of fighting it and reasoning away like, oh no, I know I'm not thinking this inside, I know I'm not believing this, but this happened. Well, no, if it happened, then you had it within yourself. We have it within ourselves on some level of belief that it manifested that way. So just use the feedback as the valuable thing it is, and you're either going to sulk and you're going to complain and you're going to try to strategize as to how you're going to get back at people or how you're going to get away from people, or you can just realize that, oh, hey, this is the opportunity to choose what I do want. What state do I want to be in? And then everything falls into place. The people you need, that you want, come, and the people you don't want go, or they change, and that's all there is to it. Well, that was kind of a random video, but I hope it resonated with you in some way. Share your comments, please, below if you know what I'm talking about. If you have questions, well, feel free, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.